All right, welcome back, everybody. You know, what if you could help manage pain without taking medication?
Caitlin Francis visited Quan Yin Healing Arts in West Hartford to learn more about acupuncture and how it's helped one woman who's very active despite a devastating diagnosis.
Susan Martin walks, hikes, and is about to complete her 200-hour yoga certification. She is the picture of health. But in 2007, while running a marathon, she said something felt off.
Had been an avid runner at the time, and I had completed a full marathon in Hartford in 2007, but at mile 18 my leg kind of gave out, and so I knew something was wrong. And so finally, you know, getting that final diagnosis, not knowing that it wasn't just in my head, helped out a lot, because then this way immediately I just started to manage and just keep going.
That diagnosis, primary progressive multiple sclerosis. She didn't get that definitive diagnosis until 2013 when she went to Johns Hopkins in Maryland.
Only 10% of folks with multiple sclerosis get primary progressive. Usually the other 90% get relapsing remitting. So they may have an episode or a flare-up with inflammation, but then it goes away. When I lose any type of function, I just never get it back. So managing it, I think, is the best way to keep myself mobile, to stay out of a wheelchair, because eventually that may happen to me. But just keeping up with my physical being and my mental being.
She was having leg pain and says she developed a drop foot. So the things she loved the most, walking, hiking, and yoga, were becoming painful.
My neurologist down at Johns Hopkins had mentioned acupuncture before, so I dealt with the pain for a while, and then I finally said, why not give it a try?
Susan found acupuncturist Karen Borla.
Once I came in and we figured out where it would be best to position the needles for Karen, it's just a quick pinch. But coming week after week, it almost feels like it's nothing. But it's just that first time that it's just a tiny pinch. But I mean, as soon as you feel that needle go in, you can feel some of that pain going away.
Karen Borla says that's how it works.
There's pain when there's blockages in the body. And a blockage could be a stiff muscle blocking blood flow, or an injury causing swelling, and then there's a blockage of the flow of blood and energy, or a disease causing nerve issues or musculoskeletal issues. And acupuncture works by helping the body release those blockages. When there's not a blockage, there's no pain.
Oh, you are tight.
She treats people with all types of acute and chronic conditions, including headaches, back and shoulder pain, internal pain, and reproductive health issues, as well as people like Susan who have MS. She calls it a holistic approach and says it's a proven way to treat pain without side effects.
Diet matters, rest matters, movement matters. Chinese medicine is about balance. And so when someone comes in, I can balance in the moment. I can release that knot. I can get the blood flowing and the energy flowing. And then it's their responsibility to find their balance in life by balancing work life, balancing rest and activity.
Which is exactly what Susan Martin is doing, eating well, staying positive, and moving mindfully.
I hike quite a bit. I've got 13 national parks under my belt. This year I just hiked Angel's Landing out in Utah at Zion National Park. I'm also going for my 200-hour yoga teacher training as well. I'll be certified mid-December. So I think just trying to stay as active as possible. And I always try to tell younger kids to stay active, because you never know when something like this is just going to hit you. And at least if you have that base of being active and pursuing things that you like, I think that'll carry you through anything that might come up.
Susan says it's the icing on the cake for her, and Karen Borla says it's Susan's consistency with treatment that also helps.
In general, it's not a one-shot deal. We talk about, generally, a course of 10 sessions, one after the other, is a course of treatment. And that may or may not, for chronic conditions, you may need more than one course. Susan comes regularly because it helps her manage.
She says even for people who are afraid of needles, the benefits usually outweigh the fear.
20 acupuncture needles are the same thickness as one of those hypodermic needles that you got your flu shot or any other kind of shot. They're very small. They're very flexible. You could actually tie them in a knot if you had two together.
And she works with each patient individually to treat their needs, like Susan, who hopes to keep her primary progressive MS under control for as long as possible.
Oh, fascinating there. Well, for more information, or if you would like to book something with Karen, you can visit Karen Borla. It's right there on your screen, KarenBorla, BORLA.com.